What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Luscious Louisiana, a home daily mini saga. And I gotta be honest, I'm looking forward to this one because Louisiana has a lot of history, a lot of things about it. Just like I had to ask them when they sent me the title, script, and everything, episode and stuff like that, how to pronounce some of the words, which I'm glad they're incorporating that. But again, welcome to episode number 1, day One Lagniappe. And yes, I had to ask how to pronounce that correctly. And that's a Louisiana term, so look it up. Look it up. But thankfully, I'm glad I'm at in my career, because this makes it a lot easier to just fly over the places instead of having to do like I did in Nebraska and trying to work my way all the way back up there. So flew over. I'm in Dallas now, because you gotta show entering the state. Whenever new state contracts open up, you gotta show crossing that line. It's a nice little RV. But you gotta show crossing that line. I mean, that's just a given. You have to get that first cross over the threshold, baby. So there's that. Had the truck delivered over here, which I'm gonna talk about once we get going, why I'm in the truck I'm in and all that stuff. Talk about that and what I'm doing and all that. So yeah, get that little rant out the way. But we over here in Dallas. Dallas. Come on, map. Alright, let's go to paper map. Works so much better. Dallas, Texas. Low on Dallas, Texas, but Dallas, Texas. And as you can see, Louisiana. Y'all know I always do their water truck events. I'll just show y'all for anybody looking. I love that they follow the rule of persistence is what works, which is why you already know 100 miles, knock out 10 for this one. I think altogether there was like 13 or 11 cities, pretty much the whole state, which I like when it falls like that. Get the whole state, get to explore it all, do all that. I like that. That's why I love when I get to do these mini sagas with event work, because it's more in-depth and more singular focus than like home daily just compiled videos, because that's just me doing my career living doing like that. Well, these is just like today, is just going to be focused on Louisiana, stuff like that. So I'm not in Louisiana yet, obviously, but that's what it's going to be. So alright, let me stop rambling, get up in here, get in this truck. Good old Mac. And like I said, I'll talk about why I'm in the Mac once we get up in here. I'm glad I'm going this down. Ever since Iowa, I think it was, I've just learned it's just a lot easier for me when I get into new contracts, or new states rather, and dealing with learning how they work and all they run and stuff like that. Do a few loads under my own authority. So this is my own trailer, the XL trailer, baby. And obviously my own truck, not leased this go around like I think we leased in Iowa. I'd have to go back and look, but I think we did. But nope, in the Mac. Good old Mac. And like I said, once we get going, riding over to Louisiana, I'll talk about why we in the Mac. Is a whole thing going on. But let's see. So turn the lights on real quick, cause I need to go on anyway. It's almost 7. So that. So glad to have a trip gauge back. Don't get me wrong, I loved the truck I rented from my boy Kingston. It's sitting down in LA now. Yeah, I have to give it, brother. I had to take a drink of water. But I love it. I love some of the nice upgrades. Don't get me wrong, I love the old school feel of the classic XL. That joker is nice. That joker is nice. But no way though. I think after the Saga, the Luscious Louisiana Saga, another compiled home daily will come out, and you'll see me running with the classic XL and all that. Because by the time I get back from Louisiana, back home, I think I'm going to just turn the classic XL in. Because it's going to be, at the time of this recording, it's getting really close to be December. And I just don't want to go into the new year with a rented truck. So turning back in, that's why if y'all saw in the last episode, I told my boy like a couple months, and that'll be around that time. So yeah, but no, enough rambling. I just like looking at her. She looks so nice. She looks so nice. But enough rambling, enough blah, 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 all of that stuff. And let's go ahead and see what the board has for us. Alright. Oh, I'm hitting all kinds of the wrong stuff. Alright, and I gotta remember, always remember, go to the markets. Do not just do any. I mean, you could if they didn't have nothing going over there. Like I said, my main point is just get over here. Shreveport, Alexandria, New, was that Natchitoches? I know I butchered that, but you know what I mean. It's just getting across the state line. That's the point right now. So let's see what the board has. Oh crap! I'm all in the wrong part too. Alright. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. That is hard. Really? Really? Yelling? Okay, I guess I'll be not using my own trailer. We'll figure that out in a minute. It's amazing. They don't have nothing going over to Louisiana. Well, let's just try cargo. Bump it. I was trying to knock one out, but maybe I'll just try cargo. Maybe they just ain't clicking today with it. At least playing cargo, so it won't count for the event. That's fine. Like I said, you gotta have both options, man. Oh, Port Fortune paper. Oh, that's a little too far. I don't want to go today, though. Like Charles, what? Okay, they getting in there. That's the point. Sure. Perfect. That is what I was looking for. And I still get to use my own trailer. That's a beautiful start to the day. Beautiful start to the day, baby. Alright, let me do all the app work for this, and we'll go pick her up. Alright, everything's done with the app. We can go get it. Hopefully it'll be ready by the time we get over there. I just let this truck warm up, and I figure while we letting it warm up, and it won't take that long. But figure while we letting it warm up, I'll talk real quick while I'm in the Mac. As a matter of fact, if you look on the screen here, that is what I get like every quarterly, or just if, like, crap, I can't remember her name now. That's sad, I cannot remember her name. I call her Kat, but Catherine is her name and everything. But, you know, like, she's the financials and all. So when you hear me say, like, financials give me headaches and stuff, it's her. I'm just saying. But so anyway, they give me a thing every quarter if they haven't seen anything in the logs and stuff like that about a truck number and everything being used. And the NAP was what's up for this last one in 2025. It's the Mac and the International. And I'm having the International sent over here later today. And it's pretty much just saying, it hasn't been used in a while, because I think this one said it hadn't been used since 2024, I think it was, or something like that. So like, hey, and that's why I like having them. I mean, let's do a little backstory with her. Me and her were friends in high school. She went off, did her own thing, and stuff like that. But I happened to put out, like, hey, I'm looking for a financial one. She came in, so I like her a lot. She's real cool. We talk real easy and stuff like that. But she's good at what she does and stuff like that. That's why she started this whole vehicle assessments, evaluations, all that. The point is, long story short, that's why I'm in the Mac, so I can drive it. I don't know how long I'm gonna drive it while I'm over here. I know at least maybe 2 days, just to get a feel if I want to keep it or not. Because I love her. Because just getting in today, just now, I love her. She's nice, big, and tall like that. So, and the options are always if you're gonna sell them or give them to a company driver that's under me and everything. So that type of thing. Because that's what happened with the Tech 2022 Kenworth. Yeah, same concept. I didn't show y'all the email from it then, but same concept and everything like that. So long story short, that's why I'm in the Mac for today and tomorrow, just to see if I like her, want to keep her, or if I want to give her a driver, or I'm gonna sell her. Now I can already tell you now, I ain't selling her. She nice, big, and wide. Look at this, and she look good, so I ain't selling her. And now, as far as if I want to give it to a driver, I don't know yet, because I already have 2 slots available for trucks, but I know more stuff's coming out and I want to keep some room open, and I have a max of 20, so I only have 2 slots available. It'd be nice to have a third, but we'll see. That's why this is called an event. That's why we do the evaluations and all that. Nervous. I ain't nervous about nothing, but I'm just saying, I'm just ready to go. Get over to Louisiana, baby. Yeah, she's pretty good, I think. Alright, let's go pick her up. Picking up from Enterprise. So do that, do a touch clock. Yep, and here we go. And it's not even 8 yet, so. Not even 8 yet, so we gotta keep these lights on. Hey, cop, you gonna give me another room? Yeah. How long is it to open it? Gosh, darn, okay. Well, that's why I love these things, is just so little things like that. I did not think it'd be that freaking long. Get over here. But you know what? For anybody who hasn't seen, if you watch any of my compiled ones, well, I can't even say compiled home dailies. Mostly it's usually when I'm doing new contracts open like this, the mini sagas. I like the show start from the beginning. So granted, I didn't want to take this long to get over here. But you saw it was hard finding a load to begin with, so I'm like, well, we ain't gonna not do. What is American Lawns doing? Dude, don't hit me! This is my trailer. This ain't company trailer. This is my stuff. Don't take my stuff up. Alright. Cool. Alright. There you go. Get over here. Thank you, Volvo. Thank you, Volvo. Like I said, I like to show y'all from the garage, because I know some people who watch these are drivers, but don't do. Hey, I don't think anybody does it the way I do it. But secondly, don't get out to places like Dallas and everything because they like to stay in their own territory, which I can't complain about. Heck, you see I'm local. I would have been local if it wasn't for Louisiana opening up and everything. But before the mini saga came out, y'all saw in the last compiled home daily, that's just what I was doing, local in the Classic XL for a while, so I get it. But you don't see people talk about Dallas, give us a view of Dallas no more, stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? It always works perfect because, especially considering we're moving out with contracts more towards the east now, you don't hear them talk about or even really see no more about stuff that's already been out, which is kind of a rant I could go on, but I'm not going to right now. But I just put it brief how people forget about stuff when new stuff comes out. So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna go into a rant about that right now. If this was compiled home daily, I would. But not right now. Not right now, baby. And yes, I'm gonna say baby a lot because we're going to Louisiana. So yes, I am. Yes, I am. Alright, crap. Where we go? Where we go, guys? Got too much longer. Yeah, I don't said, it's an evaluation, just a thing I'm gonna be thinking about in my mind. Getting over here. Is 8 o'clock yet? Yes. Turn these lights off. Say it's this exit. The Cockwell Hill. I'm just not good at pronunciation today. But it's all good. Cockwell Hill. Cockwell Hill Road. Try saying that 8 times fast. Oh man, oh man. Alright, let's get over to Enterprise. I want to say it's up, yep, right here on the left, I think. Yep, nice, easy, good job. That's a nice little start right there. And I always love Enterprise. I say it every time I get into them, but because they're usually always so easy to back into or get into one way or the other, you know. And like sometimes Bushnell Farms can be a little fun to get into. That's over there. I want to go over there now. I don't know. Interesting. Enterprise. Let's run in here. When we get in here, that is. Or talk to him, get locked up into a dock, and get loaded. Dude, cop, you really messed me up. I appreciate you being kind and trying to let me go, but I need to move, so. Alright, let's run in here, talk to him, and get in the dock. Alright, it's all good. We got the bills. Let's go squeeze into a dock without stalling this truck out. Yeah, and the fun part about this truck, which I picked up when I moved it yesterday, its clutch is a little bit, the catch point is a little bit lower than the Classic XL and a lot of my other trucks, so, which is funny, but that's Mac, so. Then I bet you it's that funky behind one on the corner, which ain't hard, I think, for these cars ain't in my way. I'm like, yep, I thought so. Alright, cool, so cut it, baby, cut it. Don't tear up your fenders. Take the dirt a little bit just cause. And there we go. And there we go. Alright, back into it. Told you. Even, like I said, Enterprises is always pretty easy to get into. It just made me think. I was talking to somebody one day. They were watching my videos and all that. Like, dude, you look good. You do stuff no one else can. I'm like, no, I mean, thank you for the compliment, But no, I'm not. I'm just your average guy, just driving, watching my corners, all that. And they were talking about my back end, and I was like, no, it's not magic. I'm not like some, like, who's the dude that does computers? Bill Gates. I'm not some Bill Gates driving or nothing. I'm just a regular guy, just watching my corners, driving, doing what we all could be doing if you're driving, if you just slow it down, focus, look. So that's my rant for that. I'm done with that. So alright then, turn the truck off here and just wait to get loaded. Alright, we are loaded up. Let's do this. Lagniappe, baby. I keep having, cause I'm not a Louisiana boy, so I don't know these terms, but I had to ask again somebody online, like, how do you pronounce this again? So Lagniappe, baby. Lagniappe, baby. That's what I said. I don't know about today, but I'm gonna definitely get some research about Louisiana. I should have asked XL Productions to do it, but I'm the type I like to do stuff myself if I can. So, but alrighty then. So that's good and good. Do here. Yep. It's funny you ain't that warm yet, but that's okay. Okay, she's good. Do that, and that. Release the brake. Do a tug test. There we go. As a matter of fact, let me do something more. Yeah. Because I almost forgot. I should stop doing that. That's how you do stuff. Let me check real quick. I don't know where my thing is at. It's fun having, like, technology easily reach. Easy reach. So let me check real fast, because I have not been the best about that, and thankfully I haven't had no issues about it. But we're good. I was reading the paper to see if I had to slide on tandems for any reason, but nobody didn't say nothing. So alright, we're good. So that do a tug test one more and let's roll. Louisiana, baby. If I don't keep stalling her out. There you go. Let's see. Swing. Do I got the clear? Dude, yay. Hey, watch that one. There we go. Alright, we on, baby. We in the wind, baby. One day I'm gonna talk to one of the audio people and be like, is there any way, like I don't know, I'm gonna talk to them, because they always be getting all the clickings. I'm like, what is that, like the reverb or something, or do I need to sit closer or something? Educate me. There's nothing wrong. I mean, I like hearing it. I like hearing it, because let y'all know when I say I'm shifting, I ain't bullcrapping, I'm shifting. But I know some people are like, what's the clicking? And I can't control that. It's just the splitters, you know, you gotta split, and I'm not an automatic boy. Y'all, if you're new here, I can tell y'all that again. Go back to any of my videos. I don't like automatic trucks. I will drive them. The 2022 Kenworth that I let Clark P drive from here on out. That's an automatic, because before, actually no, as a matter of fact, it was never automatic with me, but the setup, the design, it came automatic. I had my boy Jimmy rig it up so I could still use it as a manual, just not all it is, the whole thing. Go back and look at when I got that truck, but that'll explain that. But that is the only automatic truck under my name that I drove that is automatic. But don't get me wrong, company trucks I have, they're automatic, because I know that's the way of the world, but not for me if I can help it. wide on the curve. I'm gonna watch that right there. Ooh, good job, X. Which I don't know why I'm patting myself on the back. I know a lot of people who would either swing out wider from there or would hit the curb or the thing back there. I can promise that. Alright, Louisiana, baby. Lagniappe. I am gonna not remember that word come tomorrow. Alright, oh crap, let me show y'all the paper map real quick. I don't think I showed y'all. I showed me, but not y'all, so that's what I meant to do from there. That's why I picked this. That's why when I was looking, it was perfect. It's all the way down 45 from Dallas and 20 right into LA, baby. And not LA, Los Angeles. Don't get that confused. We're talking Louisiana, baby. And then 220 north, but that don't count for much, so. Yep, let's get down this road. Top Lamille. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm running out of space here. It's got stuck in my head. Yeah. And it's spelling because, like I said, they sent me the title for the script to record and everything like that. And I was like, what the heck? It's spelled like L-A-G or something. I don't know. That's why I had to ask online. I think I asked when they sent it to me. Yeah, but as I said, Louisiana got history. And I promise I'm going to have some facts. And yeah, I ain't did when we left today because I was more worried about getting over here. But once we get over there, like I said, I still gotta get over to Baton Rouge. Check out this garage, cause that's the fun. Like I said, I'm glad to be where I'm at in my career. I can just I got enough money. I can just go online, pay the little service fee, go from there, buy a trailer. Well, buy not trailer. Well, I can do that too, but buy a garage. You do all the input for that. Ooh, don't miss this good. There you go. There we go. So I can do it all pretty much from my business tablet and go from there and then get over there. Cause go back to when Nebraska released. I will always talk about that because that was the most hectic time at that point getting over to Nebraska from LA. Timing wasn't right. Yeah. So I'm very grateful to be where I'm at now. That's what happens when you put in that work, baby. Put in that work, baby. Got some traffic out here, don't they? $20 coming up soon, which means we're gonna be getting on that too. That's why I always try and show y'all the map. I mean, don't follow this GPS. I can't even tell you how many people I've ridden with who do that. Follow it verbatim. Hey, Shreveport. Going like this, so this will be real easy. Follow it verbatim, get lost, because they miss a turn and all that. That's why how about this? I always check the map before I even go to the freaking shippers or even I do it for both. So that's why I show y'all too, so that y'all know why it comes in handy, and I'll also show you why it makes it so easy when you're on this road if you already know the interstates and the road numbers you're looking for. And in some cases like this one, actually a lot of them, if you did, I'll say about 50-50. But that's why I said Shreveport, LA. We headed there, so that makes that real easy. That's why I said that's real easy. When, like, say you're going to Los Angeles from here, they're not going to have a sign yet to say take 40, I think it is, somewhere along the way. Not from here, but just in general, I'm just thinking 40 to get to LA at that point. But I know 40 will take you west, so we're heading the right way. So that's why you gotta read the map, people. I'm not gonna go on that van, but that's why you gotta read the maps. That's why I'm glad SCS got out there. Clap for them on that one, thank you, because that is a crucial part as a driver. It is. I don't care what you say, it is. Don't rely on these GPSs verbatim. That is a crucial part to have a map. Or be able to read a map, I should say. Now, I can understand not everyone got a paper life like me, and like I have one in my real life car. But not everyone got that. I get that. But it's still a crucial thing to be able to read a map. Thank you. I'm done with that rant now. I'm only doing 60? So 60. How can I? Oh, no, okay, that's right. I had a fun of being old. I thought I'd said 60. It's 66, so I'm about to say, I feel like I'm going a little bit faster than 60. Yeah, it's getting low. Gonna be, let me get out of high. I don't need to be that high. Ooh, slow it down there, Jeffrey. Slow it down. I hope I don't miss the freaking sign. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna bring up this so I don't. I got a while. Oh yeah, we get the bypass. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Harvey Road. Hey Pete, what you doing? You looking wonky like you done had a couple of Jack Daniels or something. Harvey Road. I would love to go down there, but hey, you can't. Obviously, and B, it'd be interesting to see where it takes you, but yeah, no. So if you were going to go on Harvey Road, if you know how to do the tricks to get around them, you could, but I'm not doing that just for the heck of it, just to be able to say I did something. I'm got enough going on as it is, so. Nice little distribution center there, though. That just reminded me of a video I saw the other day online. They were saying that floating gears puts a lot of wear on it. Well, then there's really no wind then. You can use a clutch, which is going to wear out the clutch, or you can float, which is going to save your clutch, but wears on the gears. So either way, there's no wind. It's going to wear out either way in my mind. And after I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I know a lot of drivers that float. I'm gonna float, obviously. So you know what? If it wears it out, it wears it out. That's just, everything wears out eventually. So, alright, this guy not gonna be quick. So let me slip on over now so I can get in front of him. Oh, now you're gonna pick up. That's one of them automatics, baby. Alright, fine. I'll get back behind him. Let me slip on real quick. There we go. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm gonna be a little more hardcore, so I don't want to miss the sign. Dang it! Oh, we only got an hour to go. I know we did not call. I did not. Did y'all see the sign? I ain't see no sign. I ain't see no sign. I know daggone well I ain't missed no. Alright, you know I'm gonna just shut up now, X. We gonna find, cause I'm not missing the sign. Obviously, Longview is already lit up, so that's part of Texas still. I ain't trying to. I love getting to see that. I would love that energy. I mean, you get to see the sign of the new contracts or the new states when the contracts open up. And there's nothing like that first time when you cross that threshold. That's why I always try and get it when I cross the threshold. I know a lot of people don't remember. They're just like, oh, new, all that. But that's not me. Matter of fact, let's look at this paper map real quick. I just want to make sure I don't miss it. Because I'm going to put a marker down. Ooh, snapping. We coming real fast. I'm going to put a marker down right Where is the state line? Oh, the state line's technically there. So I'm gonna put it right around here, I guess. Just let me know it's coming up at that point. So to really be looking, I'll just keep, I'm a driver, y'all. I'll just get in the flow. I'll be flowing. Until we ain't in Dallas no more. I want some shrimp now. I'm tired of making like that. So good. Oh, 70. Yeah, slow down, X. You ain't crazy. Alright, the sign should be coming up somewhere if there's a sign anywhere. I don't see a sign. I just look. Oh, look at the sign! Let me look at the sign. I can't do this in there. Oh, I think that's the sign. Oh, it's good. I love it. Oh, welcome to Louisiana, baby! Oh, that's always worth it. That's always worth it. Oh, and I miss my freaking exit here. Kicking out my sign, but it's always worth it. I love seeing that sign. Every time I enter, it's just that energy, baby. It's just that, And the fun part, like I always say, I think I said it when coming down there, you can't repeat that. Because once you see it for the first time and you get that energy, you get the feeling, it's like, we over the threshold, baby. There's no redoing for that state. Now, yes, the next state you can do it, but there's always that first. Y'all don't even know. You don't understand, but you don't know that energy that it brings in your boy X. You don't even know. You don't even know. Alright, let's get over here. I stop screwing up my shift in here. There we go. Like I said, the fun part is, that's why I like this one. Once you cross that threshold, it's not that far, obviously. I think we got like, what, another 50 miles? 30 miles, so. Alright, let me start pulling it back. Get out that long haul flow and get back into that. We're getting close flow. Alright, let's see. Exit should be coming up fast here. That's the fun. That's why I love manuals. You can control your gearing, so I don't have to be downshifting a lot when we get here. And don't get me wrong, I've heard people say, you do that with automatics too. Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. But I just like it with a manual. So long behind 30 miles. Sorry. Not have a garage here. I should have got the garage here. Nah, I like it in Baton Rouge. I just like the name Baton Rouge. Like, they show you on the list and everything. Y'all know if you play this, but I just like the name Baton Rouge. Just saying go left, so I'm going right, not left, right. Oh, let's screw that up. Alright, throw this engine brake on because they coming to a yield. I'm glad to see that, because you'd be surprised how many drivers in California there could be a yield sign, won't yield to a daggone thing. Just keep going and be thinking that must be for decoration or something. So I'm glad to see at least over here, and I think they do it more in the middle part of the states, but glad to see they at least listen to stuff over here. They ask you to drive over here a little bit. From what I'm seeing, this first time, you never know, it just could have been a good driver right there. Because just because you in a place don't mean you a good driver just because you in a place, you know. So I'm just giving props to that Pete because he did. So ain't a lot of traffic, that's all. Come on, car, you got to run. You got to run. Alright, crap. And like I said, coming from the Classic XL to this, two different clutches. Alright, we're good there, good there. Take this slide right through here so I can slip around them, because I think we're coming up real fast on the turn here. Louisiana, baby. We are in it and winning it. I guess we're turning left, so let me get over here. I'm taking my light, I don't care. Y'all can be mad, I don't care. And I told you. Oh, come on, cop, see me. LA Max is right back here. And yes, this ain't a great view of Louisiana yet, but you gotta get in the state, baby. You gotta get in the state. LA Max. LA Max. Am I turning there? No. Okay. LA Max. I like them too. To the most part, they're usually good drop points. Usually, I should say that. Usually. Not like Enterprise. Enterprise always got good ones, but LA Max can be a little. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna take a while. It looks like that's going to be the case with this, but I think I see it down there, so I'm going to set up the best I can beforehand like so. So watch that. Yep, we're good. Reminds me of the early days of Eddie's doing this. There we go. And yes, I don't know fully over there how much space I had, couldn't see. But I know from here I got all this space, so I'm taking it. I'm good. I want to say we might get lucky, and I don't think there's any trailers next to where we're going at here, so might get lucky. Looks like we might get lucky. I could be wrong though. Be wrong. Ah, no. Okay, so no trailers, but we got to deal with these yellow poles. That's good. Cut it. There we go. Good, yeah, look at that. Cut it, baby. Swing it. Come on, swing with me. There you go. Good girl. Alright, a little bit more. There we go. Got it on that one. A little bit more. There we go. Cool. Perfect setup. Great way to start into Louisiana, baby. A little bit more that way. Alright, get started walking behind her. Yeah, we're good. There we go. Alright, there we go. Like I told somebody years ago, and I think I even said this in a video, backing is a game in itself that most people just don't want to get into. But hey, that's all, do y'all. That's why they give you the option to just hit that little button and it does it for you. But you miss so much. Alright, now see. I thought so. I knew we could get the bump on it. I said, you ain't gonna tell me by now. They ain't got it. Now, let me check one thing before I walk and let them know we're here, because I feel like I'm a little crooked on one side. Nope. Nope. Alright, we good. Yep. Suitable, good. I'm good with that. Alright, we are in Louisiana, baby. Now the fun part, let's see. Go to the paper map here. Let's just say. Alright, cool. I got another 4 hours for the day I could do. So if I'm lucky, I can get something for the day and head over to. Let's just say we want to go here. 4 hours. I'm clear all the reset because I think I need that. So if I can get something going tomorrow or something like that, or yep. So okay, I might be running another one today. We'll see though. We'll see. Like they say, don't start counting your chickens before the eggs hatch. That's true. Which means summing all up. Don't go looking at that side when you ain't done with this side yet. So in other words, I'm going to walk in, let them know we're here, get this trailer unloaded, and then we're going to see what's happening for the rest of the day. Cause like I said, I got 4 hours left, and I got a fresh 70 and 4 hours left in the day. Come on now. I'm not going to let that go. I mean, I'm tired. Don't get me wrong, I'm tired. But I'm not going to let that go to waste, especially considering I ain't even done nothing for the event per se. But it lines up perfectly, because if I pull from here, going over to anywhere, that's 2 in a day. And I got time, boy, y'all don't know how well this is working out for me right now. Y'all don't even know. But I ain't gonna get into that thing either. Let me go walk in and tell them we here, get unloaded, and go from there. Excuse me. You know how fast, because it started raining a little bit after we got here. And that beating on the cab, I was laying down in that bunk. I was gone until they knocked on the door, said you unloaded, which I'm very thankful of that, because when I talked to them, technically the load wasn't even supposed to be here till late tonight, actually tomorrow morning, like 1 a.m. I was like, dude, I'm here, you got a dog, I mean, can you help me out? And they got me unloaded after, I think it was around 5, they got me unloaded. Yes, it's 6 now, so good. That's definitely nice. I always like when that happens. So well, before we fire up, let's see if we're gonna run any more today. So damn. Still gotta get over to that garage, but that's not like a need to do right now. So let's see, Shreveport, LA. So you could do that one. And as it would fit in the trailer, apparently. Not doing that one, but New Orleans. But that's all the way down. Well, that's not that bad though. 6 hours. 332. Let's see, I only got 4 hours left I could drive. I could fudge the log. But yeah. Well, I could get this one bad in 5. And then get me right to the garage. But see, and the other thing, which I talked about before, which, like I say, persistence what works. If I get here, then I gotta get all of these, and I'm really not trying to get all the way down here yet. When it's doing like this, the new states, opening contracts, get my name known, all that. So not really trying to do that far. I mean, it would be great, and I could work my way back, which I might. Well, I ain't gonna do it now, because the fun of when you flip off of the stuff, it's not there no more. So that would have been an option to hold on to, but just not. Oh, Huma. See, everything's long. Well, if you don't know, now you know a lot of stuff in Louisiana. I mean, not long in the sense like there's thousands of miles, but long in the sense of, as a matter of fact, from here to there, 200, that's not. I said, okay, that's a plus Louisiana. And even all the way down to the end of the state is not crazy long. New Orleans. Okay, they have a couple New Orleans. Baton Rouge. See, not that I ain't got none. It's just I only got 4 hours left on the end. Yeah, you can fudge the log. I ain't worried about that. Looks like a lot of the loads and ain't changed. Makes sense too. It's going to be the end of the day. You know what? And where's my book? I think that's what we're gonna do. Because I have a feeling they don't need this till tomorrow sometime anyway. It's getting late. So, I think that might be what we do. Just head to the... Let's see, but I hate backtracking. But just from the garage. Because I gotta get over to this garage. Get stuff set up a little bit. All that type of stuff. So, I think that's what we might do. See, I really don't want to backtrack. That sounds bad. I know some people are like, it's not that much, but I just don't want to. But they just don't have much going nowhere. You know what? Yeah, let's just grab that, locking on that Baton Rouge, because I can get it done. Like, I can fudge the log, or I might just deliver it tomorrow morning. Play that by ear. As a matter of fact, just for the log purpose, I'm going to just deliver it tomorrow morning. But, do that. And I think what I might do, which I don't like doing this, but at least, no, because then you still got to go to the, I don't know, we'll play it by ear. See, the only thing that's messed me up is you're all the way on the eastern part of the state now. And I can run through here, but then you still got to get all this middle. But, hey, that's a fun one when you first start the states. Or first start doing these events. Nah, I'm gonna say more the states. You gotta play it as it presents it to you. And yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest one I had to backtrack all the way. I think it was Nebraska that time. It was either Nebraska or Montana. No, it was Montana. Yeah, because I think I had to go from Glasgow all the way to Kalispell or something like that. I don't know. You learn as you go, and it's great seeing all these states covered, filled up. I can't wait for the Dakotas to come out. That'll be nice, but that's in the future. Focus on the now, right? But nope, at any rate, let's go ahead and do the app work for this Baton Rouge one so we can get over here and get to the garage, all that type of stuff, and go from there. So, let me start doing the app work. Alright, app work's all done, so let's go ahead and fire it up. It's kind of reminiscent too. Municipal Waste is where it's delivered in Baton Rouge. I haven't been there since I did all that work with Municipal Waste. I think it was like a couple of years ago. And I forgot where it was at that they were big, at least to one time. I can't remember exactly, but I do remember doing all that work with them for the Zero Waste Achievement. I think that's part of the, pretty much I think the only trucking memories, gameplay trucking memory video I did. But it was just nice to see because that one took good little while to get there. Nope, so let's go on over here. We're picking up from Missouri, I think it's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong, probably am, but that's okay. Alright, swing out of here. Turn them on, turn the lights on, be professional. Well, not even professional, just be decent, because whenever it rains, you're supposed to turn on your lights, so. That Louisiana rain, baby. Nice. Ginger just smells crisp. Just smells crisp. I might even, you know what, I'm going to do it just for Louisiana. Not too much, though. I ain't trying to get wet. Get that smell on. Get that smell on. At least this one ain't freaking an hour and a half away to get to. Now, granted, by the time we get over here, get loaded, it'll be night. And if you watch me long enough, you know I'm not a big fan of night driving. But, hey, new state, mini Saga, all that. So, give you from start to finish. Alright, stop. That's disappointing. It did smell good. That was so much better than this morning. Because I never really looked to see how far stuff is. I should get better about that, but I just don't. I just look for the end goal of it, on what I need. A lot of times, not usually for the sagas like this, but a lot of times how much money comes in, the paper mile, all that type of stuff I always look at. But for the sagas, not too much. And this sagas are usually, like I say every time, pretty much getting my name known. getting yourself out there, let them know, hey, this X, he's a good driver, all that stuff, you know. And gosh darn, this is gonna be a type of hard swing to get into. I'm gonna have to back up because I cannot do that with. Okay, that's what I was afraid of, but makes you appreciate Enterprise a lot more. I always love Enterprise, but alright, turn these on. There we go. There we go. Alright, this one going this way. I'm gonna have to come in this the other way. So if anybody's wondering, because I know I talked about this morning about this truck and what's happening with it, I'm sorry I can't. Well, I already told you it ain't gonna get sold. I don't even think I'm gonna let a company driver drive it. So I think I'm gonna keep it in my fleet. Now as far as how many trucks I have, that means I'm gonna have to look somewhere else to sell another truck. Or possibly let a driver go, I don't know. Because the whole point of it, at the end is about money. Make sure you're getting all you use for your money, everything. And I'm a little tight, so let me pull up. There you go. A little tight on that end, so let me squeeze around here. Just get a little more on it. There we go. But, no. I don't even think I'm gonna put it in, use it let the company drive. She's just nice. She is smooth. And granted, I remember another thing because I was thinking about this a long while ago. Like when the Mac Pinnacle came out. Sully, go back and look at my videos. That nice one, all that custom paint, all that. And I mean, granted, custom paint really helps a lot. And good for the Lord, this is gonna be tight back. Link the pole. There we go. Let me get in here and then I'll talk more about that. This curve a little, yeah. There you go, there you go. There you go. There we go. And she was a little tight. But now when I got Sully, and you can go back and look at that video, you can feel the energy. I love Sully. I love every time I get into all that stuff. When she came out, I'm not even gonna lie, even then I said I'm gonna sell this sucker. I just never got around to it. And that was before Kat was managing the, like, pretty much how to put it for her job. Making sure all my money is used efficiently, if you will, put it like that. So anyway, that was before her, but even then I was like, I'm gonna sell it, and I just forgot, obviously. Then we started the whole assessments thing and everything. And when we were driving down here, I'm like, she is nice and everything, and I can't bring myself to let her go. But trust me, when I was in Sully, she was out the door. I was gonna be gone. Like, this one was gonna be gone. Just like when they came out with the Mac Anthem Black, I was gonna trade it for that, but I never did. So long story short, I think I even have a video where I thought the Mac Anthem Black was just a lot of add-ons you can do for this. But you know what? Off topic, that's more compiled video talk. This is about Louisiana, baby. So that's the long story short. She will still be in my fleet. It's just now I gotta go another route with some stuff. But that's neither here nor there. So let's go ahead, shut it down, and wait to get loaded. Alright, we are loaded up. Let me go ahead and fire it up. There we go. Let me check one more thing, because I think this one, yeah, I had to, they said I had to turn tandems on this one, so I'll get out here as a matter of fact. Hey, They said slide tandems on this one, so I'm gonna slide them. So let's see, paperwork said there and there, so that, so alright, so do that, release the brake. There you go. Lock it in. There you go. And do like that. Release the brake. Yep, and we're good. There you go. Alright, cool. Alright, tandem sled, that's done that. Let's look at the map real quick. A little nice driving in Louisiana, baby. And I could not, the title episode, I could not tell you how to pronounce that right now. If I look at the paper, I could, but I know I done said it at least 4 times, and I still don't remember. I told you I'm not a Louisiana boy, but... Alright, so let's see. Yep, 49 all the way down. Looks like a straight shot. 49 to 10. And 10 right on up to a little bit on 110. And there you go. So, yep. Like I said, 9 out of 10. I'll probably stop here for the night. Get you an idea of that one. You don't have to. I hate when they do that. Find the GPSs, y'all. But, you don't have to, but I am, because it's 3 hours away. I don't have to fudge the law or do all that, and, yeah. Yeah. If you know, you know. So, alright, then, let me finish up this last little bit of paperwork, and we will get rolling here. Morning. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, yesterday, right after getting ready to get loaded, I had some stuff come up, some family stuff and everything, and I said, you know what, I can't talk to them going down the road with that load and really be focused and everything, so I just canceled it. Yeah, I just canceled it. I'm thankful Zero let me stay here all night, but, you know, stuff happens, and you gotta remember, family first, y'all. Family first. Don't think these trucks are everything, so yep, so that's what happened with that. So let me climb up in here, get up and behind this seat here. That's horrible CGI, but we all know what's happening. So let's fire it up. And see what we got going for the day. I really gotta stop doing that. Market. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh no, Orleans. And it's a new day, so that don't bother me now. What the heck did I hit? Too much stuff in here. But yep, I think I'm going to do that. Be a great little stuff for the day. A New Orleans one. And if y'all don't know, once I get over to a place, I like to just be quiet then. So this ride, I ain't going to say nothing. Just enjoy the drive. Let all y'all who love hearing the putty engine and seeing the scenery. So that's what's going to happen for the day, mostly, probably. So I did. Well, hold on, let me check. That's not. Well, do I have anything in the Zero before I do that? I'd love to get loaded right where I'm at, but don't see that happening. Yeah, I don't see that happening, which is fine. I'll take the LE Max one. I was trying to just get it right where I'm at, so I don't have to do all that, but it's all good. I think LE Max ain't that far from here. So, alright, then let me do the app work for this and get going, and we'll go pick it up. 20. It's a heavy one, heavy thing of milk, but not a bad start to the day, so let's go get it. Alright, app work's all done. Let's see, 7:13. She's warming up. Turn these lights on. Well, 7:15 we'll, I'm gonna say 7:17 we'll roll over there and get loaded. Y'all know me, I like to at least let the truck warm up for at least 5-10 minutes, get all the oils good and warm. So, like I said, around 7:15 7:20 rather, we'll roll, so. Yeah, I'll go at 718. I think it should be pretty warm then. Yeah, because the cooling temperature is that's the engine oil temp. Sorry, not cooling engine oil. Well, once the engine oil gets to 100, we'll roll. That's my usual go-to. 100 degrees engine oil. Sorry, I'm just waking up, so I gotta get in the flow. Once it hits 100, I usually roll 95 to 100. So.